How y'all doing? Have you ever had a rectal check examination? I got a list here of things I had to do last week. One of them was that. The doctor, he went over there and he told me, he said, you got to take these 3 pills and put this other powder stuff in some Gatorade. And when you mix this Gatorade all up, you drink it. Well, I drank the Gatorade. There's 2 bottles. I drank one of the Gatorades and took those 3 pills. This was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, my time. I had to go, see him tomorrow morning at 7:30. And I took all that stuff about 4:30, 5 o'clock. My wife got home and I said, honey, I drank the Gatorade, I mixed that shit in there and I took those 3 pills. I said, I'm a tough old bastard. I don't think that shit's going to work. I mean, it's supposed to clean you out, but, I got an iron stomach. I mean, I'm a man. I'm a tough son of a bitch. So I told her, I said, this shit ain't going to work. I've been sitting around by that toilet, within 5 or 6 feet of it for the last 3 or 4 hours, waiting to get it flushed out, and nothing's happened. I went ahead and went on outside and going to mow the yard, and I reached over and grabbed that lawnmower rope, to give her a yank. My God, that shit worked. Damn, I had shit running down my pant leg. It was nasty. I said, just about time you think it wasn't going to do anything, it did. I spent the next, 8, 9 hours off and on the shitter. And oh my gosh, the longer you went and the more you went, the rougher the toilet paper it felt like. By the end of all this, I'd run in there and I mean to tell you, after 15 trips, I don't want to go no more. Because I went in there like the 15th, 16th time, and boy, it just felt, oh God, it just burnt. I mean, it was like somebody just poured acid down my ass. Anyway, that was killing me. So I couldn't even wipe no more because the toilet paper that was 2-ply soft shit, well, that become more like sandpaper. Oh, it hurt. So anyway, next morning I'm completely wore out. I'm flushed out. Trust me, this shit works. You just don't know when it's going to happen. And don't go out and jerk on your lawnmower. It's just shit all over yourself. I went over there to the doctor and I was pretty tired, So I got over there and they put me in one of those stupid pullover skirts, you put on. How in the hell are you supposed to reach around behind you and tie the damn thing in a knot? It's like a nightie with your ass is hanging out the back end. Well, there's a mirror back there, you can see my whole ass. So I got in that bed they had for me, a little gurney with a bed. Everybody had their own little slot, They're running you through there like cattle. Pulled the blanket over me, and I was pretty tired, so I went to sleep. Well, the nurse came in a little while later, I guess, and seen me passed out and kind of figured somebody else had, giving me the knockout pills. They gave you some knockout pills, and by the time they rolled you in, you were out of it. Well, the next thing I did, I woke up and old doctor had shoved that goddamn probe up my ass. It's more like a periscope without the handles. He just shoved that up my ass, and hell, I was still awake. I wasn't awake till he did that. I remember the nurse standing there in what I call the medieval room, and she's telling the doctor, my gosh, doc, the boy isn't knocked out. He's still awake. He's alert. He was. The old doctor said, well, it's too late. I said, God damn, doc. I said, shit. Is there any part of my colon you haven't found yet? Because you need to get that son of a bitch out of my ass. He finally got out of there. Oh, man, I was already raw from, all the stuff the night before all night long. He shoved that up there, and boy, I tell you what, I went from having a happy dream to a nightmare. So I got home. What's funny is about a year later, that same doctor, he called me up, and he said, hey, Mr. Plumber, could you come over and unplug my drain in my bathroom? I said, well, sure I can. I can come over and do that. Well, he forgot about me. He don't remember me. Boy, once a man shoved his telescope and flashlight and shit up your ass, you gotta remember him. I did. I get over to his house, and it was early Sunday morning. I told him, I said, where's the problem? He said, the problem's right there under that sink. I said, the water won't drain. I said, well, why don't you bend over there and point out exactly where the drain is under that sink? I have my electric rotor, little small one, Well, he bent over, and I took that rotor mirror, and I shoved it up his ass and gave him about 5 minutes of clean out. I said, how's that feel, bitch? That was funny. I wouldn't have done that. Uh-oh. Now, hold on for a minute. God damn, I can't find myself here. Anyway, that was pretty rough, you know. If you're going to get a rectal check, my gosh, you know, it's like anything else. You go buy a car, you kind of look around first. Go find a doctor that won't fuck up and make a big mistake. And I'm going to tell you what, you do that dry hole and you're not knocked out, it can get painful. Anyway, but my asshole still hurts just thinking about it. I was going to talk about some other stuff here. You know, I was at a grocery store the other day. The thing that kind of piss you off. I was at a grocery store the other day. You know, you go in there, you're in line. There's 5, 6 women in front of you, and every one of them got an ass about like that. And I'm like, gee, they're all running their welfare cards through the machine. You know, food, food, food. My tax dollar wallet over here is going, fuck me. And I either had to look at that or turn around and right here in this aisle, you know, they have these girly pictures and girly books, you know. So I picked one of them up instead of looking at her ass. And that's all I could see if I looked forward. I was reading it, had one behind me too, and she was ungodly ugly too. I was reading this magazine and opened it up, and there's a little spot there you scratched. So I scratched it, and it smelled like perfume. So I stuck my nose up there and I sniffed it. And you know, it was kind of pretty compared to what I was looking at. And the old boy behind the counter there, the register guy, he looked at me and he says, "Sir, are you going to buy that magazine now?" I said, "Why?" He said, "Because once you scratch and sniff it, you got to buy it." I said, "You know what? I can smell her ass from here. I ain't taking her home either." I said, "I was down the fish aisle a while ago, and I got a good whiff of that, but I don't mean I'm going to buy it all." That kind of pissed me off. Went to the DMV last week. Got over there at DMV, you walk in, you pick a number. Then you go back outside and get in line, because the fucking line was that far. I remember when you used to walk in the DMV and there's nobody there. Now everybody's there. It was kind of funny because there was a Spanish man, you know, Mexican-American guy. He was taking his, you know, driver's license test over there. He had headsets on. You could still hear it. And he was taking it, and they were giving the driver's test to him in Spanish. And I thought that was kind of odd. And he actually passed the test, and somewhere between the time I got outside, just in the door in line, this little boy had passed his driver's license test in Spanish, and the test was in Spanish, and what they were telling him on the headset was in Spanish. I thought, well, that don't make no sense. So he goes outside, and I'm watching him, and the guy he came with got in the shotgun side. The new driver, he got in that side, you know, the driver's side. He drove around the parking lot, drove right out in the street and got T-boned. Boom! Just one big fucking mess. And you know what happened, don't you? There's a sign right there as you're leaving the parking lot that says, "fucking stop." I kind of figured he didn't know how to read that. You know, S-T fucking O-P. God damn. Anyway, I hear there's a lot of that going around. So, anyway, I got to get off of here. I think my wife's calling me to tell me to go do something that I don't want to do. So, I'll get back to you on some of the other problems I run into. But this is 2C Racing saying thank you for your time. Bye-bye.